I am here.
You know they didn't.
Grania.
You know they
Why did
didn't
I
hear
pick
that,
up my
Ninja.
phone?
Hello,
Well,
everyone.
you know what?
Welcome to this
Fuck
episode
off.
of Dummies and Dice. Yeah, screw you too, Ninja.
No.
Someone let the cat out.
The cat needs to go piss again. Oh shit, no, that's the dog.
We're professional.
Hey,
Fuck off, Goblet.
no professionals get paid.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Good point.
Don't you get
point.
paid for doing the thumbnails?
Yeah.
I haven't actually. No, he commissioned me once.
Still, you've been paid more than the others.
Jam.
Voice of reason.
Jam refused to be paid for the rest of the thumbnails. I will add.
So you let her refuse to be paid, but not me.
I paid her at least once for it. I'm happy then. You just wouldn't budge at all.
Yeah, but then I budged on the stream, so I can't.
Oh, I'm
now go
guessing
back on
Odd
it.
is listening in on the stream.
Is he typing in the Discord?
He's typing in the fucking Discord.
Oh,
You're
type
gonna
on the
break
Type
my
on
mind,
screen.
man.
No one's gonna listen. No one's gonna read your messages on DnD room on the Discord.
D&D.
I will.
Yes, but
I
we
will,
will,
Odd.
and that's what
I
matters.
will.
I don't have enough screens to be able to do so. Also, I have the wrong music playing.
I have one screen.
Me
Yes,
too.
I
have
have
two.
28 different tabs open.
Yeah, but I've
screens, Nate.
been offered another screen, so that can
Take it.
happen.
Take
Take
it.
it.
I'm
Take
going-
it.
Yeah.
I go
Trust
to when I
me.
can clear the desk
It is
space.
so useful.
I know it is, because I had one, but then it broke.
That sucks.
But
I
it's
just want
also
a
getting used
desk.
to using like half my graphics tablet, so
Why is my fan on so low?
Hey Sub, you know how we before I've switched to the screen where everyone can hear us, you know how you made the joke that we can't go live yet because we're like only 4 minutes past 7?
10, but yes.
Is it? Are we 10 minutes past 7? What?
No,
Seven.
It's
It's 10 o'clock over here.
I have given up.
We're
Um,
taking this.
Oh,
time
same
zones.
Ninja, same. Same. I gave up a long time ago. Should we start? I feel like that's a thing we should do.
I mean, it may be a good idea, or we could just continue.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to
having a
this
pub.
episode.
I already
of
did
Dummies
the
and
intro.
Dice.
Don't try to outdo
I
me.
don't remember.
Don't try to outdo me. Only
No,
I can
it's
do
my
that.
job.
hang on. Now,
It's my job now.
now at random points, someone just has to do the intro again.
Oh
Just
god.
at a random point
You
in
have
the
to do it in character.
Isn't it? Hello, everyone, and welcome to this next episode of Dummies and Dice. Isn't that the opening thing? Isn't that what you normally say?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Dummies and Dice. Kind
So
of
That's it.
that's the third intro for today. We're going well, guys. I'm
trying to
checking
remember what you said.
All
To
these
make-
intros, and yet we haven't started. How
Yeah.
peculiar.
to
Get
make
talking then, Nate.
okay, to make the joke even funnier, I'm looking down at my wrist where there's no watch to make it comical.
Except
Okay,
there's no
that's not where I thought that
face
sentence was going, but okay. Continue on. and
Well.
Yes, let's move on from that, Ninja.
Wow.
Again, professionals.
Mhm.
We're a bunch
I'm
of idiots.
professional.
When you're ready, then,
It's
Nate.
called Dummies and Dice.
If you guys could stay quiet for more than 3 seconds. There we go.
I only have 30
After-
seconds.
Hmm.
So anyway, Nar gets crushed by a meteor, and obviously,
That's Ninja's. That'll be a new character for Ninja.
you
just
know,
when I
these
didn't get
homing
the-
meteors, they're just
God.
so problematic at times.
Mm.
Well,
Mhm.
After
Bye,
a
guys.
rude awakening at the hands and mouth of a hill giant on a diet, our party suffered a crushing blow as one of their own was stricken, stroke? No, not stroke. Striked down
Struck.
before them.
Struck.
Yep, fuck it, all of them.
Thunder strike.
Taking Boar's death as a cue, the party hightailed it out of their camp, the lifeless body of Boar residing beside them. They finally approached the town of Oxenfront a destination that they had been heading to try and figure out what happened to a whole town of people. However, with recent events passing, the purpose for the visit has now changed. The party searched for a temple, with most of them hoping to find some high priest who could bring back their friend, but to no avail. Alec, the half-orc priest of Morden, did, however, halt the process that starts after death, giving the Syrcas some more time to figure out what they wish to do. With the urgency of finding a priest lessened, the Syrcas sights turned to that of avenging their fallen comrade. But first, regaining some lost supplies they had left behind. Both conveniently and inconveniently, the store they decided to go into happened to run more than one business, the second of which Sono unwittingly owed a favor to. It turned out that this giant was causing a lot of problems for a lot of people, and in return for clearing his debt, it was requested that Sono take out this giant with his party. Aid was provided in way of a cleric and a dragonborn fighter called Nar who had his own debts to pay off. Saddling up, the new party tracked down this giant, providing it with one final battle. As the dust settles, this is where we return to our adventuring party. And move back over there.
Can someone come and get this fucking giant off of me?
Oh yeah, it did fall on you. I forgot that. Zoom out.
I'm going to take this moment to now piss on the giant. I didn't get to do it last time. I get to do it now.
Wolf form.
Yeah.
Cat form.
Cat form.
Can someone
Anyone?
Trinkle,
strong
trinkle,
form?
trinkle, 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 trinkle. Wet,
I'll try
wet,
and help.
wet, wet, wet.
And I'm going to assume it is piss. Please
I'm
come
not
and
pissing near
get me
you.
out of this fucking giant.
Does Cerno end up managing to claim dominance over the hill giant and Nar on by doing that?
It's a
I
big
swear to
flipping
God, I'm
thing.
so-
I'd assume I'm not
swear to
pissing
God,
anywhere
I'm-
near it. Anywhere near him. I mean.
Can I
One can
try
at
and get the
least
giant off him? And try.
I mean, it's DM's
Well, I
discretion
mean, he
where
is just
I'm
kind of
pissing.
lying there being pinned by the weight, not doing anything other than talking, so...
No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
Is he not strong enough to lift?
Well, I was actually going to see about trying to lift him up a little bit to get to at least give myself wiggle room.
Then get him to stop complaining and get rolling.
Where's my... When did I
Okay.
change my name to Trifling? Oh, did it autocorrect?
All right. Hey,
Possibly.
what do I have to roll to get
Well,
this
strength.
fucking giant off me?
Strength if you're trying to wriggle, lift up this giant and wriggle out of it.
Can I help him?
Sure,
I
roll
have
a
a
strength
plus
check.
3. Are you kidding me? Dang it. Fine. Oh
Mhm.
boy.
Roll a strength check, Arsene.
I am. Give me a moment.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Nope. This
This
is
is
one
gonna-
heavy giant just slowly crushing you.
I only have a
No
plus
wonder he
one.
was on a diet.
Someone please the fucking giant
Buddy.
off of me.
Fine, I'll help you.
Cerno, can you help in your cat?
Hang on,
keep
I
saying
gotta-
wolf, but cat form.
I have
Do
to.
I-
I have to find the
don't have...
strength for the Krag cat. Hang on. I don't have it
Can
saved in
I not?
my
I have nothing
transformations.
to chop up the damn thing.
Here we are.
It's
I have a
not something you're
plus-
probably going to be
I have a
turning
plus-
into anytime.
I have a plus 3.
Three.
I'm gonna try and I'm just gonna try and
Can
do
the
my best and-
hands try and pull him off?
roll
I just
1d.
realised it's still there and it's got a few seconds on there.
Strength. That's a 14.
Oh my God.
All right, Agnes, roll a d20 plus your what was it? Plus your charisma modifier.
Charisma. Okay, if you said strength.
What about my breath weapon? I'm actually kind of curious. That won't do anything.
Nope.
Actually. God damn it.
Cerno, you're straining and you're pulling, and it's slowly moving, but everyone else has just sort of stood around, just watching you.
We're trying. Don't worry.
Agnes is
I
weak
start
as
start groaning.
Sevengal starts helping to clean.
Cerno, please don't eat it.
Can I roll another strength check?
Go. Not yet.
Can we just say that we eventually get him out?
No, this is way too funny.
Which is all fair. That's right.
So
Let's see how a -1 will do.
Oh, come on, please.
Oh, would you look at that? The combined strength of the cats is able to pull this dead,
Hey, we try.
skinny hill giant off of your recently found companion.
So mean.
That reminds me of last Monday.
I don't wish to know who you were under last
So
Monday.
Cerno tilts his head, looks at Savangal, tilts his head further.
The kitty pats the kitty.
The kitty accepts
Oh,
the kitty
thanks.
pats.
I get up.
Hi, Dayron.
So interesting battle.
Just about. Do
Ugly,
you wish to
isn't it?
comment on that? Oh, that thing?
Yeah.
I think Nas alright.
Well played. Well played.
I mean, neither of them are what I would say my type. It's a Dragonborn and I think it's meant to be a giant.
I don't want to think about how a giant could even try and start being your type, to be perfectly honest.
Do you even know my type?
I doubt about 8 times your size, is it?
Can Cerno hear the exchange?
Can only hear Agnes's.
Cerno is very confused about.
Do I hear this?
Again, you can only hear what Agnes is saying.
Um,
And I don't think
what?
it's been explained to Nar about Dayron.
No, we wouldn't
is
explain it to him.
she...
Or
well,
Jill.
is she,
Or the other guy.
is she gonna be fine? She seems like she's talking to herself a lot.
Savangel's the only one there that can respond.
No,
I
no,
left.
no. No,
Giving
okay.
Cerno many pats.
Cerno's
I'm going
just.
to slowly start hacking away at the giant for a souvenir.
I don't particularly want a giant ear. And I don't think there's anything else.
I mean, a giant ear would be about the size of your leg. So.
I never
Yeah.
thought I'd hear that, but you not wanting an ear as a souvenir.
A giant
yeah,
ear.
I'm just
It's
going to
giant.
start cutting
Souvenir.
it up.
Just it'd be impractical.
It's a
I'm pretty sure when
souvenir.
we covered this last week, you were pretty determined to get the ear.
She can change her
Uh,
mind.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Jess.
Also, looking at the state, it's a starving giant that probably hasn't seen a bar of soap. So, like,
And it's just been peed on.
yeah.
Oh, come on, I peed on its foot. That's how
Well,
little
we
it
need
means
a
to me.
souvenir. Yeah, we need to go ahead and get a souvenir so we can get it all out the way. So they have some proof.
As in prove
Cerno's
boss
going
that it was
to.
killed.
While
Yeah.
that's going on, Cerno's going to take a closer look at the manacle
Certainly.
that it has on.
Roll an investigation check. What are you trying to find out?
Just, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure what they, I'm just trying to see if there's anything peculiar or interesting about them other than the fact that they're sized to fit a giant.
And there's no
So it's
any
investigation,
symbols.
right?
Investigation, yeah. As this is happening, and the kitty is investigating. 16. Well, They're definitely giant in size. They're from
Well done.
far as you
Great
can tell,
observation.
as far as you can tell, the links are strained and seemingly broken at different lengths. Different lengths of chain are essentially attached to each of the individual manacles around each of the appendages. You can pretty much assume that this creature's pure strength broke this metal. What drove it to being in such a state that it could, it baffles you and is a strong reminder of just how strong this creature is, considering how thick these chain links are.
And he was starving when he broke out.
Hmm?
He was starving when he broke out, most likely.
Anyway, as the kitty cat is doing this, Giletha rides up, having acquired his other horse back, although technically not his, but the company's other horse back,
Uh-oh.
going
Whatever.
running.
Shh.
Turns to look at you guys and goes, "Well, from what I can see, your debts have been repaid."
Now, do we need a souvenir?
The whole reason I came here was to, 1, try and make sure you guys didn't die, 2, to get my own revenge, and 3, to make sure that the job was indeed completed, although not particularly in that order. You are free to do as you see fit. You are no longer in a debt to the company.
Well, I still need to go back to talk about the thing.
That is for you to do, and not to talk with me, my friend.
Alright.
What you owe, you no longer owe anything to us.
Alright then.
And what you do now, well, good luck with it. And as a personal sign of my own thanks, let me just help with some of those wounds you are still carrying. And as he says this,
Thank you
he
so much.
concentrates. He starts to concentrate.
Concentrate.
Starts to concentrate. And you notice that the tattoo, which covers part of his, from the side of his face, his neck, starts to glow. And as it glows, you begin to see more and more of the detail. And the fact that it actually goes down and seems to cover the vast majority of the side of his chest as well. And as it glows, it just shines through the armor and the leather armor and his clothing's, just the detail coming straight through. He winces slightly as he heals you all for as he heals you all for 10 hit points.
Yay!
Well, I think
Wait a
I'm
minute.
okay.
I'm at max. No, yeah, I'm at 26. Thanks, Nick.
The horse is apparently at 16 as well.
Why do I fuck? I still have yet to figure out how to do this.
Question,
God
was
dang
that
it.
channel divinity that you just used?
Nope.
No.
Not
Ooh.
that you would have any idea anyway.
No, I mean,
And
like,
then we
just
go run an
because,
Arcana
you
check on
know,
what he did.
it's
She'll
like-
certainly try.
Do we need to go back and talk to Kelly ourselves?
Only if there is something you wish from her.
While everyone is doing this, I'm just gonna, just in my head, thank the healing, my spirits for helping.
One more question, Jalitha.
Aye,
You're a cleric, correct?
that is correct.
Which patron or god, deity, whatever it is, may I ask?
And why are you curious?
Resurrection.
What about it?
Do you know of about?
I know of, but that is well beyond my own power.
Would you know where to go?
There may be a few temples to which you can find a priest strong enough in their god's eyes to be able to cast these such spells.
I'm assuming that it's not in this town.
No. you would be looking for, let's see, Neverwinter, I believe. I believe that is one of the main temples of Ouija stands. If you dare travel through the Grasping Vines jungle, you may find the worshippers of Cord. Secluded as they are, they may be able to help.
Wait, what did you say, sorry? I zoned out. Did you mention...
The Temple of Cord.
He said, if you were to make your way through the Grasping Vines jungle, you may find the secluded worshippers of Cord. They may be able to help you out in this endeavor.
Would it click that I know that place because of Ball?
Yes. You know Ball was from his Ball was from the temple which resides in that jungle. Yes.
Okay.
As for somewhere else, I think you I think there's a rather large temple to Mordain in Drakennuth. But other than that, you're going to be traveling much further afield.
Thank you very much for your help in the battle as well as the information.
No worries.
Do I have any memories of Guion performing any form of resurrection or anything like that?
Resurrection, no. You know he is somewhat versed in healing magics, but you're not entirely sure to which the extent it lends itself to, nor did you ever see him perform any resurrections of people. Your interactions with people were somewhat limited. So whether he has the possibility or not, you do not know.
Okay. I'm still in cat form. I'm enjoying this form.
How long have you gotten that?
An hour.
Oh.
Is it only an hour?
Don't be right!
Oh.
Is it only
It's only an hour for the gem.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and you can't turn back into the kitty cat till later.
Yeah.
Till much, much later.
Oh,
More powerful.
stupid.
It's a powerful form, dude.
Hey,
And I'm not even the
yeah.
kind of druid who will be able to go any more, get any stronger for wild form. Sad.
Yeah,
Understand.
that would be your
Yeah,
max. Although that's like the strongest of the creatures which you could possibly ever turn into.
The Triceratops would actually be one of them. If I had gone that route.
Do it.
Do what?
The Triceratops.
I can't.
You sounded like a Sith Lord when you said that.
Do it.
Yes.
Jinx.
Kill him, Anakin. I'm not buying you a soda.
Alright.
Anyways, hey, Ulysses, I got a question for you. Can I ride back with you?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, goddamn. Alright. Well,
These are now company horses, and since you are none of you no longer have any ties to the company.
I still need transportation out. Kinda do.
Come visit when you wish to leave, then. And with that, holding onto the other horse and leading it, he starts to trot off.
As soon as he's decently far away, I'm gonna double burn him like, ah, you fucker.
Dude's harsh.
Well, it looks like I'm with you guys now.
That's right.
You have come to this conclusion.
Yonor looks at the asshole who's currently riding away. I mean, I think it's kind of obvious at this point.
Hmm.
Well,
You seem to be keen to leave. For now.
yeah, that's for damn sure.
Are you done with your giant, Cerno?
Cerno turns back, looks back, nods,
So,
and apparently barks.
Using the kitty pets.
and dog barks apparently.
Ooh, spark off in the distance.
Nah, shit. Well, I don't know what to do now.
We head back into town.
Yeah, we need to head back.
All right, then.
We have
After
plans of
this
our own. You
last
seem to
one.
have your own.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that goes.
At this point,
Mind,
Cerno. Sorry, continue, Ninja.
mind me asking what you guys had in debt with those guys?
The person you should be asking can't speak right now.
I look at the two cats confused. Which one?
One of them you've heard
Oh,
in their cat form.
you mean the big fluffy one? I mean, they're both fluffy, but
The white one, yes.
alright.
At this point, Cerno's ignoring the obvious conversation that has been pointed at him and is sort of leaned down like almost like downward facing dog waiting for Savangal and like motioning to hop on.
Savangel hops on.
I would be moving the horse down to like here to head towards back to town, but I can't move.
Yeah,
So,
you can't move
wait
them.
a second. Well, I guess I'm just fucking walking on.
Agnes ain't waiting for you.
I fucking figured. Wait, can I? Fuck. I'm gonna start slowly jogging.
Bye.
We'll keep at a. I'll keep at a pace.
Well, I mean,
We're not speeding off.
Cerno's cat form will give way in about 50 minutes.
He's gonna enjoy the power of the form, just galloping, frolicking through the fields.
Oh, so
Until
he is
it
going
gives
to
up.
speed off.
Well, I'm gonna be frolicking around, sort of like a child would do, just running around nearby.
Like a cat panting through the field trying to get some mice.
Yeah, I guess.
Or chase the butterflies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, while we're doing that, I
Well-
guess we make our way back to town.
Guess we'll just walking slowly so Nar can keep up with us. Going
Mhm.
slowly.
Well, you slowly make your
Oh,
way
I
back
figured.
to
Uh,
Oxenfront. Eventually, Cerno's form wears out, leading to an interesting moment where Savangal is just floating above this halfling form before landing to the side of him.
Oh
That's no
Well,
man!
Savangel picks him up on her shoulder and starts running around.
Whee!
Nice.
I'm confused. Yenor is very confused by what the fuck is going on.
If you wish to hang around with us, you will get used to some of us. Eventually.
Mhm. All right. No,
That's if you want to hang around us.
we'll see. We'll see.
Hmm.
I got places to go.
Don't we all? Speaking of, I assume that Neverwinter or the Cord Temple is going to be our next point of call, which is closer.
Oh,
Oh.
the Screaming Vines jungle?
Yes.
They all have fun with that now.
Hmm.
I mean, we came from Neverwinter, and it's not. We have a 19-day limit. Get
Yeah.
that
How
done
long
in
did it take
days.
us to get from Neverwinter to here?
How long did it take?
Yeah.
2 sessions.
If you haven't noticed, by the way, the ruler tool can now be given
Oh,
by pressing Q.
Ooh.
They
Q.
can be touched.
Q.
Oh, yeah, it shouted at me. We've updated our hotkeys.
Yeah.
What am I-
So takes you about 5 days. Careful,
you can
the
easily get
tool still
something
isn't
good.
too nice. It's crashed my roll 20 once or twice.
Oh, I'll stop that.
Yeah. Shit.
This took us what? Sorry.
It
Good.
takes you about 5 days.
Yeah, that's lagging the shit out of my computer by just doing.
We
that
could
stuff.
take him back and find
Mm.
someone.
What was the temple again? We just did.
That was in Neverwinter.
Mm-hmm.
Cord was in the grasping, screaming vines, whatever.
Screaming Vines.
Yeah,
Temple.
I heard that the Cord Temple is there.
Where
You know
Boar's
this?
from.
Guys,
Just know about
Yes.
it, but never been.
maybe we can go to Lake Cross.
What?
Lake Cross.
Wait, does Agnes know where that is?
To be fair, the
Hmm.
Southern born don't know where it is.
Didn't Johan have a thing?
Johan said that he
There's
is
no
in.
need to feel down.
That he is. He lives in several cities. One of them being Lake Cross. So.
Hmm.
We could use him to get across.
But Agnes wouldn't realise that it's across a giant bit of water, would she?
Probably not. No, you would. I would say that. You guys would assume it's somewhat nearby.
Hmm. Lake Cross could be a diversion.
I think the other
But
one never.
Is there any?
Because I feel that my sister might be there.
Did you not send your letter down south?
I did.
Did she
And
contact you?
And my sister can send messages in people's heads.
There is
Oh.
Yeah.
there is the slight issue of the water.
what do you mean?
Well, to go the quickest way, we'd have to, you know, get on a boat.
To Lake
Oh.
Cross.
If we wanted
Oh.
to get there quickly, we'd, you know,
How long does it take to get to Lake Cross?
Walking or by boat.
She's asking this in character, but
The only person who would possibly know would be probably Cerno. Sevengale would have some idea of the places around, but this is I mean, where Cerno spent most of his time on the Russian plains, he learnt of the land surrounding it and the settlements from his master. So I say master, not master, mentor.
That.
Bruh, you don't have to mark it out like that.
I don't understand how it works.
No.
my
Literally
reasoning
just
for
mark it
asking
like this.
how far it takes because we have a deadline to
If-
get to.
Half the number of hexes is how many days it will take you guys to travel using the cart and going at a fast speed.
Oh,
We don't have the time to walk.
it's a bit close.
It takes
We can
however
just go to
long that
Johan
is.
and he takes us there.
It's about walking, it's about a hex a day. Going at a fast pace in the cart is about 2 hexes per day.
Mm.
If we're. Well, with the deadline, it'd probably be better to just head straight back to Neverwinter.
Hmm.
Or borrow Johan's fancy doors.
Does his
Still,
doors
it would be
go
another
across?
version.
He did say that one of his doors was set up in Lake Cross.
No, he said he lived
No, he's
in
just
Lake
jogging
Cross.
along.
Ah,
Listening.
sorry. Dum dum.
He said he lived in Mapletide as well as Lake Cross, I believe, also Brinehole.
Where did he live? Never mind.
Well, either way, we're
Wait,
still gonna have to pick up the treasure.
Treasure now.
It's not that kind of treasure.
Oh.
Hmm.
Or you get your hopes up.
My only concern is there's another diversion when we are on a time scale.
What time is it?
It's time for you to get a watch.
Well, it's about 11 when you guys set out. It's probably gone midday, 1, 2, as you're approaching Oxenfront by this point.
I'm getting tired of walking. But I'm used to it at this point.
Do we want to sleep on it?
I suggest wherever we end up going, we set off in the morning, yes.
Where y'all gonna be staying?
That's an inn.
I was asking what inn.
I don't know the name of it. I don't think I wrote. The Crushed Coffers Tavern.
Crush
Did write it
Coffers?
down.
Alright.
We stayed there last night. I assume we'll stay there again.
That sounds good.
Alright.
In the morning, we pick up what needs to be and make our way.
Okay.
Do you intend on coming with us then?
Well, the more south I head, the better off I'll be.
You do not need to speak to your friends once
Ain't my
again.
friend. It's just lady I work for. I gotta go sit and chat with her, so I don't know. She might send me on down that way. I personally I don't know.
You don't actually work for her. You were just paying off a debt for
I
her
know.
getting you away.
I know, that's why I said I was gonna go talk to her about getting the fuck out of here. That's what I said.
Is there anything else wishes to do while we are here?
Well, back in town, Samuel's gonna go right to Johan to see if she can get over to Lake Cross and bring her sister over.
We're not in
Mapletide is
Mapletide.
where Johan is, not Oxenfront.
Ah,
Might as well see a bit more of the town. Never mind.
As for what we originally came here for, apparently they passed by east of the town, heading north.
I say we check in on that later, after we have all this sorted out.
Seem to be in good hands.
It's being investigated. Well, it should be by those in charge of Neverwinter. So us making a slight step back shouldn't harm the process too much.
Wait, are
Wait,
we back in
what do you-
Oxenfront yet? Or are we still on our way back?
I
You're
assume we've
approaching it
been
at this point.
on our way.
You're talking and walking. You're approaching it at this point.
Okay.
What are y'all
Alright.
going on about?
Business,
Business?
yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, alright.
You pick up a bugbear tomorrow and then leave.
all right.
Wait,
Sounds
hold
good.
on. Hold on. A bugbear.
A friend of ours.
Have you never heard of them before?
The treasure.
Treasure.
I just imagine Seven Girl doing like jazz hands with treasure.
What, a pirate hat just forming out of nowhere on top of her head.
That got me to break, damn it. Hold on. Y'all been traveling with a bugbear.
And you're a
Dragonball
dragonborn.
picks up Cernal and puts him right in front of Nara's face. And, see this little guy? This is his best friend.
Y'all
Cerno's not
fucking
paying
weird.
attention to anything, he's thinking.
Sounds a bit hypocritical.
I mean,
You're a dragonborn. They're a tiefling. They're a... I don't actually know the race of you, the official name, but you're a cat that speaks. So that's something. None of us
I
are
think-
here are fully human. Why would
I
you
mean,
such judge a bugbear?
well, normally they're working with little goblin fuckers or footballs, as I call.
What's a football?
Hmm.
Me.
I've heard of those pig intestines. Great fun to kick around. Only Agnes heard that one.
Heard that? I know.
I wanted to reply so badly.
I would
Mhm.
say, I think
Yeah,
we,
like that.
I think we use sheep intestines in my town.
Hmm? Pigs were more common from where I was from. How do I
Okay.
remember that?
It's the little things you remember, it seems.
Is he going batshit crazy?
Yeah, get used to it.
Talking to herself all this time, man. I'm fucking curious about it.
Doesn't. Well,
And
everyone has
curious
their own
he
way of
will
thinking.
stay.
Unless we go back to that place we last went where everyone saw you.
Who's carrying
Just a
Cerno?
possibility.
Or has he been put down?
I think he's
Seven
still
Gill
being
is
That was
carried
carrying
by
Seven
a
Gill.
cat.
sitting on her shoulders.
Alright, Cerno's trying to reach into his backpack to try and fish out a particular piece of paper. Like reaching behind over his head, back to his shoulders, like he's trying to itch and trying to reach into his bag.
Would you like some help there, Sona?
Yeah. Piece of paper. It's got scribblings on it. Words,
Okay, well,
things. Piece of paper.
words. Yes. Hey. I'll
And-
get 'em out. Get it out.
Okay.
Alright, she pulls out the piece of paper I have that's written in a mixture of a common
Oh, yeah, drunken
halfling and
speaker.
druidic.
And Drunken
speaker.
Scroll?
Yep, that one.
Yes, it is. Yeah, there you go. I thought I was literate, but apparently not.
Awesome, thanks.
Alright.
Nate, I just realised I'm adding these. I should add the bag of holding and the.
I
Drift.
believe Seven Go has the bag of holding, but you have the drift glove.
Okay, I'll take it off then.
When did we get a bag of holding?
We
They
got
gave
it
it
from
to
Mafia
us
Woman.
for some reason.
She tossed a bag of holding and a drift globe to you guys.
Ah,
mean,
yes.
I'm not
A
not
mixture of
complaining.
payment and perhaps a way to help.
Sure, I need to.
It was only Cerno who needed to pay. It was only Cerno and Nar who needed to pay off a debt. The rest of you, it was not something that you had to do, so you were receiving a small something as a thank you.
Alright. Are we in town yet?
By this point, you're just getting into the outskirts of Oxenfront. Yeah.
Well, I guess this is where we part ways.
You know where we'll be in the
I
morning
do.
at least, if you wish to still join us. Don't leave it too long.
Always
I'll
use the
think
extra
about it.
hand on the road. Safety and numbers and all that.
Yeah. Kind of miss traveling with a group of people, but
It has
Alright.
its benefits and downsides.
Mm.
and with that, he just awkwardly shrugs and fucks off to the Dayron store.
Ironica's General Goods.
Yeah, Dayronica General Goods.
Oh, I don't remember the name.
All right, what's
Speaking
everyone
of
else doing?
store, Dayronica, that doesn't ring a bell with you anymore.
Hmm? Shit. I replied. Fuck. No, I didn't. Not answering. Nope.
I'm assuming the name of the place does mean something, even if it's not your full name.
Well, clearly, if I thought that was my name, or at least part of it.
Hmm.
There was actually a god that they created.
I am the all-powerful entity here. Fuck, I still can't speak.
And the only person that can hear him is like.
Anonymity.
Mhm.
Anonymity.
Is there anywhere else you guys would like to go before we leave tomorrow?
Yes,
I'm
can we
gonna
head
go to
back to
Mapleside
the?
to see if I can go to Lake
I mean, in town, Oxenfront. Sorry.
Nope.
Yes.
As I forget the treasure.
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
want to head back to the tavern. He's still staring at his drunken scribbles. I'd like to head
We're
back to
going
the
back
tavern.
to the inn, I'm assuming.
Yeah, cool. I check my bag if I have like enough ink and stuff and paper to write more.
I believe you're carrying a book, aren't you? So you probably have, and some paper. So I believe you probably have enough.
Oh, am I? All the book. I thought all the books I was carrying were for full of other stuff. Okay, I've got a book then. Apparently,
Although you do have some paper and you have a book. Is there ink? Oh yeah, you got
Yeah.
ink. Maybe you need some more paper, but you're good on the ink, I think.
all right. When we get back to the tavern, I'm going to fill out my diagram thing with a little more detail and a little more cleanly.
Line work.
This time writing it purely in common.
All right. And not a drunken scrawl.
That
So Sana goes
slings
back
between all the
to
languages.
the tavern. Anything Seven Gal does?
She's sending her her sister a message about maybe meeting at Mapletide and finding Johan.
Well, technically, you would have sent that shortly after you received the message in your head, but sure.
Yeah, that's why I'm typing it out to you so I get exactly 25 words in.
Not like to you was exactly 25 words or anything.
Did you not plan it?
No, isn't it? It was literally exactly 25 words.
Oh.
Yeah. See?
25 words is the max.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume Tavern Girl heads back to the tavern as well then.
Mhm.
Agnes,
Is there anywhere Arsene wishes to go?
you look around and Arsene seems to have disappeared.
Well,
The weird one
Sorry.
has vanished.
There's just the tut of a disapproving mother.
child running off.
Well,
So is there another general store in town that's not the one we've already been to?
Investigation check. Alright, nah. You make your way back to Daironica's General Goods.
Yep, might sure fucking do.
You push open the door, and the elf behind the counter turns and looks at you. Oh,
I give
hello.
him a big old toothy grin.
How can we help you today?
Well, my debt's paid off. Where's boss lady at?
Upstairs, her office. I'll inform her you're coming.
Oh, please do. As soon as
Go
she's
right
like
ahead.
decently far away, I'm going to mutter underneath my breath. Oh, that bastard's fucking creepy. Oh, I have a +5 in strength. Damn it! Fuck!
Wouldn't have helped. You rolled what?
I know,
8
but
in
still.
total?
I was looking at my the very top. I forgot the. Oh no, that's my saving throws. Damn it! Never mind.
Right. Well, you make your way up the stairs to the office which you had been led to previously. The door is slightly ajar. You go to knock and you just hear a voice go, "Come in."
I walk in.
Ah, you've returned.
I have.
Your debt has been paid off, I've been told. So what is it that you could possibly want?
I was wondering about getting out a little further.
But you've already travelled so far.
I just don't feel safe because the war's coming out. Don't think here's a safe place to stop.
I don't think it shall reach the Sword Coast. Although our
Soldiers be traveling.
not via the Sword Coast, I don't think. City-states, they tend to avoid that sort of thing. Anyway, our expertise is in moving quietly. If you wish to travel further south, you should find no opposition. But if you really want to owe us, we can move you.
Mind me asking what I'd have to do next?
I'm sure we could find something else which would settle your debt. Although, depending on how far south you go, well, depends on who you'd have to deal with. Let's just say you don't want to get to the bottom of the Sword Coast with us.
What do you mean?
Each area is got its own head of
Underground?
that company's section. The one down south is a peculiar fellow. I like to not having to talk to him. If you want to find out, I mean, sure, go ahead. But just a friendly one.
Well, I think I'm gonna head out with those people. Whatever the fuck their group is. Bunch of weird bastards, but keep my head down low for a while. I'll head down with them. Mind me getting the name of the other fella?
Who?
The one down further south, near the end.
Near the inn?
Near the end of the third coast.
Oh, the end. Your accent, it's a
Yeah.
bit thick sometimes.
Yeah, I've been told.
Well, depending if you're talking about the one at the very bottom, that would be Tur.
Tur?
Tur.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sounds
You
like
need to
said
know
good
his
fella.
last name.
Alright, well, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Again, I want to say thank you. Me out of that.
We simply made a deal. Both are fulfilled on it.
Alright.
Enjoy your new life. And if you ever want to make a bit of money, you know where some of us are.
Yes, ma'am. I walk out and I start heading to the damn tavern.
Alright. I'll see you.
I walk out, like, as soon as I walk out, say, see you to the creepy motherfucker. I shut the door and I'm like, he's so fucking creepy.
Alright. Well, as you head off to the tavern, I'll see you after about 15 minutes or so. Nar finally makes his way out, yelling "See you" before quickly slamming the door so the elf inside cannot reply.
Well, alright. I wait a few moments till he's out of sight, and then I head into the Veronica's general goods store myself.
Do I see her at all?
No, I
Is
wait
there
No.
a
till
way
you
I
leave.
can see them?
Nope. No, you
No,
don't.
I'm hiding.
Fine.
Sneaky,
passive-
sneaky.
Your passive perception is not high enough to see through her stealth.
I have go. I can
Since
hide
you're
in
not
plain
actively
sight.
looking, you can't roll a perception check.
Alright, fine. I head to the fucking tavern.
Yep. So, as you now head into the goods store, Zankel turns to you and goes, "Oh, we seem to be getting an awful lot of you in today."
I hate that motherfucker.
Yep.
I really.
One of those days, I suppose. And as I'm sure the one before me wanted as well, I was hoping to speak to Kelly, was it?
Oh,
Thought it was Katie.
and what is it you want to talk to Kelly about?
An exchange of thoughts.
Hmm. I'm sure she'll be interested.
I hope so.
Well, if you want, I could schedule a meeting.
If that's the sort of thing that needs to be done, I'm just asking more of a favour than anything. It won't take long, but if that's what is needed, yeah, sure. She's busy.
She may be busy soon. Favors can take a long time to talk through.
That's very true.
The finer details and all.
Mhm.
Well, if you'd like an appointment, at this point he is pulling out a rather large book and putting it down.
Cool.
Let us see. I'm afraid she seems to be out of town for the next 2 days.
Okay.
I can fit you in. In
Yeah.
3 days' time, early morning.
Might be a problem as we're leaving tomorrow morning, but it was more of like I just wanted to ask about some information and offer anything I can, almost anything, in return.
The finer details of a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Tricky business.
It is tricky business. Right. Anything else I can do to get in contact with your people outside of just Kelly for this sort of favor?
Well, I'm sure if you look hard enough, you'll find us. You could leave a message if you wish, and then we may get back in contact with you if we think the deal is fair.
Alright, I don't mind that, sure.
Very good. Would you like to dictate or write?
God, my handwriting. Crap. Is your handwriting any better?
One of my specialties. He pulls out a different book, flips it open,
God damn
gets
it.
the
Of course it
quill,
is.
dips in the ink. Shall we?
Alright. So just say what I need, you'll write it down, and then get back to me about return
When we
favor.
can.
Right. I was wondering if your group, your people, had any information about. Oh, I forgot the name of them. The the Sisters of the Crimson Oath.
As you're saying this, you're hearing the scratching, and as soon as you start saying the name, it just stops and he stares at you.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
Oh my. You might not know what quite a favor we will ask in return for this. You sure you want me to write this note?
Yes, I'm
Very well.
able
You
and
finish
willing to
writing it.
most things.
And in return, you offer a favor?
A favor.
A favor. Very well. I'll have that seen to. You may get quite a fast reply, depending. After all, it will be a considerable favor, much beyond the scope of what you've just done.
Yes,
He
that's
closes the books
fine with me.
for putting them away. I'm sure we'll be in touch. And for once, you see a smile.
Oh god, that image just fucking scares me.
I awkwardly
No
attempt
teeth
to.
show, but the corner of his lips just curl.
Oh god, no.
I awkwardly Okay.
She just asked for information on the head of the mafia, and he's like, "Yeah, if we can give that to you, but you're gonna have to offer your life."
Oh boy. All right. Thank you, Danko, for the help. I'll be off then.
I would like to say Boy is like his spirit's been traveling with everyone, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
We've got one demon ghost thing. We don't need another. Thank
We
you.
have a god following us. I'm just going to assume that Dayron's a god now. Like,
A god that only
Yeah.
one person can hear or see him. Yep, it's so powerful.
well, he might be in the Shadowfell. That's why we can only see him.
All right. So, you leave the good store?
I leave the good store. And coming to terms with the brevity of the situation I've just put myself in, I find an alley to go curl up in. Usual procedure. Yeah. It's been a rough week, okay?
All right. So, Agnes,
A
you find the one other general goods store.
nice.
This one is not run by a creepy elf.
It's like a creepy gnome or something. Like,
Hello.
um,
Customer.
Stop! No!
Not quite.
I like he.
Not quite.
Please,
So
never
basically,
do that again.
it's basically that my precious is in it.
A
Oh.
precious customer. We shall
Mm.
value this day.
Agnes silences him for permanent and walks back.
No, no, it's a
You
God,
may
you're gonna run into an NPC like that now. Anyway, and there is a very bored-looking female human just sort of face down on the desk, just slowly rolling the head slightly back and forth, back and forth. As
Sounds
soon
like
as
me at
the
work.
as soon as you open the door that comes up, she looks straight up. Ah, hello. What do you want? How can I help?
Hi. I was after a box. Rather strong but small.
Made out of what?
Metal, preferably.
I we wouldn't really sell that. We have a few crates we could offer, but a metal box, you'd probably be wanting to talk to a smith at that point.
Hmm. Right enough. Out of question.
Mhm.
You seem not the busiest of places.
No. Well, with the problems with getting supplies here due to the giant roaming around, been causing us problems for about a week. There's not much we can really sell people. We normally sell food to the general miners and such. We do have stock of general goods for the odd passing through adventurer, but they've either been getting eaten alive or just avoiding this area.
Hmm.
That sounds
Oh,
Well, the
it's bad.
giant's gone now.
Oh, has it wandered off?
No, there was a group sent out that killed.
My, that's wonderful. I can finally start baking again. Anyway, what was your question?
Do you have much competition in this area?
Well, there's the other general goods store across the road. People tend to go there for more items. That's the one which normally draws most of the adventurers. But the locals normally come here for their baked goods, grains, wheat, that sort of stuff. That's where we
It's
normally
good
get
to
it.
know.
Who died?
Tis not I, tis the Sophie.
Ah.
And also, no, never mind. Abby's still here.
If
Yeah,
you
I'm
have
muted.
a box, then do you have anything suitable for how do I say this? The dead.
A coffin?
Past. Decoration more.
A pretty coffin?
Do you people not put flowers on a grave?
Wait, flowers?
Mm.
I thought you were asking for a box for transportation, not something to honor the dead.
Oh, a box for transportation is a different question.
Oh,
The box I'm asking for isn't the size for
yeah,
any
I was gonna say,
living being.
why would? Well, I don't know. Depends how big you're going. You might be able to get a gnome or a halfling in there.
Oh, I
Maybe a
love
rat?
this woman.
Pet cat.
A rat, I would say yes, but the box I'm after, you'd have to congeal, reduce the person in size quite
Shrink.
dramatically.
Shrink.
I was thinking more heavy boulder.
Anyway, wait, heavy boulder.
Yes,
Wait, how are you planning on?
I'm not.
I'm getting really confused. What are you trying to buy off me? I don't think I stock boulders.
No. Do you have anything to decorate a grave with?
Well, I'm sure you could pick some flowers from around. It's
Anything that is not living, symbolic sort of thing.
Well, I think I may have a few amulets knocking around.
Churchy thing.
Anything particularly to record, maybe?
That's the god of the storms, isn't it? Not
I wish to.
particularly a follower
I want
myself.
to say yes. This isn't. Neither am I, but it's for someone who was.
Well, I'll just rummage around out. And she kind of pulls out a drawer and starts sort of rummaging through it. Well, there's this, and she kind of pulls out a very crude sort of wood carved lightning bolt hanging around a necklace. Well, I got this, maybe something what you're looking for.
Yes, that'll do. How much will it be?
5 copper.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Can I find the smithy if it's still time?
Yeah, there's plenty of time. You wander around for a bit until you eventually come to the conclusion that the only smith in this town probably are the smiths that work the forges outside the temple.
Then that's where I head.
All right. Sono, Savangale, what are you two doing?
Finishing in filling out the diagram and then going to the temple.
Practicing bagpipes and annoying people.
All right. Okay, so Willow, Willow, God damn it, Atlas! I need to stop reading these things. So, no, it rhymes. You finish. Actually, make a intelligence check.
All right.
No, it's certain, and he's drinking himself slow to death.
Intelligence. I'm smart.
No.
Well, you take time. You delicately copy over all of your drawings. You translate your scribblings, and when you're finally done, you look down. You realize you've somehow managed to make an almost identical copy of what you were trying to simplify. It's almost impressive how accurate this is to what you were trying to simplify.
Sono just blinks at it. Is Savangale still around?
You can hear the bagpipes and shoes being thrown.
Maybe I'll figure it out later. I'll just put my head on the table and just doze off.
All
Waiting
right.
for everyone else to
And
come back.
Thalangaro keeps on playing the bagpipes. Nah.
Who's the bartender right now?
Bartender?
Yep.
Why? Scroll. That will be an elf. Or, as I've written here, an 11.
Okay. Well, question: is it male or female?
Oh no.
Male.
Oh god.
I'm gonna start flirting with him.
I was gonna say
Oh, yeah.
still be an option.
Well, Sidmir
Hell
is
yeah.
somewhat put off by this giant dragonborn trying to flirt with him.
Aw.
Hey, bud. Can I get 2 ales, one for me and one?
I'm afraid I'm working. I can't drink on the job.
Well, how about after work? You come some. Just
I
drink
have a
with me.
very busy appointment with my bed.
Wow. Can I join?
I was waiting for it.
I don't think it will
Oh.
carry your weight, sir.
Oh.
Oh, that was mean.
It's kind of crappily built, and it kind of almost breaks when I sit down on it. So
You definitely wouldn't be
I'm
able to
not
take the
gonna say what I
Dragonborn
wanna
and whatever
say.
the
I'm not gonna-
Dragonborn's planning.
I'm not gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna take the 2 ales. I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna walk the fuck away before I say something I'm gonna regret saying.
thank you, sir. Enjoy your drinks. And he hurriedly takes the money and just turns around.
How much do I owe him?
For 2 mugs, you owe 8 copper.
Pretty much, Jam. That's pretty. How much?
I mean, I was just waiting for someone to make the joke of it won't be able to handle the weight and whatever action he plans on doing, to be honest.
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna help you break that bed. How much copper was it again? Sub.
8.
Was 8. Thank you.
So he doesn't leave an extra tip just to like say, like, hey, still watching.
No, he's just going to go drink by himself.
I'd like 2 drinks, one for me and one for my injured ego.
Well, pretty much. But anyways, I mean, I was gonna flirt with male or female, but
Takes note. Nah is bisexual. Got it.
no, just a big plate. Yeah, fuck it, bisexual.
You just don't
Alright.
care.
Anything that
I
moves.
just don't care. Yeah, pretty much.
he just doesn't care. He don't care.
Takes note. Keep children
Fuck.
away from Nah.
No.
Oh wow. Okay then.
Jesus Christ. No.
I'm really glad I missed that.
I know, right? You are.
As
Trust me,
long
you
as
are.
it's a slow touch. As long as it's a slow
It's a
touch.
what?
Yeah, as long as it's a slow touch, No's happy.
I thought you said slow tusk, and I thought of tusk glove. And
No.
was
I
like,
know. I did as well.
That's the right thing. Oh,
Oscar.
boy.
Wrong world.
Anyways, I'm just going to
A
sit
good
and drink
DM
in my
always
bed.
prepares smut, in the words of Matthew Mercer.
Which means that Nate
Um,
is.
Well, Nate
Or
has
I'm a bad
prepared for all
DM.
houses.
And we know which character would be going to find it.
That's for damn sure. Anyways,
Yeah. No.
Yep.
Cerno would probably just come across it
Alright, so
accidentally and go,
Cerno's just
yeah. Cerno's just dozing. He's sad that he couldn't copy over the thing.
But he did copy over the thing.
he copied it over almost perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Not the perfect time. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Alright.
He copied it too perfectly.
Agnes, you head back over to the Mordain temple. This time it is a silver dragonborn working a different, the other forge.
Hello.
Oh, hello. How can I help?
Do you by chance happen to sell any items pre-made?
Well, we don't work the forge just to honor the god. Ting,
Mm.
ting.
Do you have any boxes, perhaps metal?
Metal box, that's not a commonly asked for item. We could
No.
custom make one for you if you want it, but I don't think we have any lying around for you.
How long will it take?
Depends on the size and what metal.
Small and strong is all I know. I don't really understand metal myself.
Well, how small we're talking? Ring, scroll, arm,
Um,
arm. All right.
yes.
Okay. Strong. What sort of things are you expecting it to have to withstand?
I mean, it's sensitive stuff that could explode.
Explode. Well, I mean, most metal, in fact, maybe even wood would do enough to keep fire out unless you chucked it into one.
Mm-hmm. Something more watertight, sort of flame-proof. I don't think wood would withstand.
Well, I don't think much things would withstand fire, even if not in direct flame. Some things prone to going off may go off if they just receive too much heat.
Mm-hmm. My point is, how long would it take?
Box. Well, I'd say probably iron. And that's pretty common. We've got plenty of that. I don't know. Looking at. Well, it depends. A few other jobs. If you make it rush, I'd say 4 days.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Yeah. Tad complex thing to make, I'm afraid.
Understandable. Well, thank you for your time anyway.
No worries. This is more than be on you. Ting,
And
ting,
to you.
ting.
Bye.
He's just busy working on.
Agnes don't understand this religion shit. She goes back to the inn.
All right.
How big is the pile of shoes that Savingal has acquired?
She has required about 3 left feet and 2 right.
Do any of them match?
None of them match.
Wait, what is
One is a flip. One is a flip flop. 2 are slippers.
Wait, what is she? No, hold on. What is she?
People been throwing shoes at her because she's playing the bag.
Oh, right. Oh, as soon as I see Agnes, I'm gonna ask her.
All right. Well, I would say that Agnes probably does make her way back in. Arsene.
How much time has passed for me in said alleyway? Having the time of my life. Reorganizing my life.
You didn't find
depends.
another body.
How long do you want to be waiting there?
A while. I just want to find a nice, comfortable, quiet spot and just stop existing in my own head for a bit. You know? You know the feeling?
Oof.
Yep,
Same.
that.
Well, as you're in
Relatable.
as you're in the alleyway, Night Eye sort of snuggles into you.
Bless him. I love that little dragon. Okay. Thanks, my guys.
A couple hours can pass. Okay, Agnes wanders back into the bar.
Sono's still sulking.
Oh, is he downstairs at the
Still
bar?
playing and trying to acquire the mountain of shoes that she's always dreamed of.
Savangal has now made a bed out of the shoes.
Mm,
Any match?
None of the shoes match, I'm afraid.
people are really badly thinking this through to show him one throwing
They
one
really
shoe.
are.
Like-
It's a cat playing bagpipes. What else are you gonna do? Get a bottle of water.
Bucket of water and dump him. Anyway,
You'd have to catch up with her to do that.
Mm-hmm.
true. Wait, so Savangal, Cerno, and Na are downstairs.
Yep.
I'm slowly sipping down one drink. I have another ale.
She's gonna sit with Cerno. He's passed out apparently.
No, he's just sulking, sort of chin on the table, with the pieces
Well,
of
As soon
paper.
as
As you head over to the table, you see in front of Cerno 2 identical sheets of paper.
How does that even work?
Cerno, are you
Mm,
okay here?
I pick up
Hold
the
your cards using my
piece of
card.
paper and hand it to her.
Do I understand any of this?
The only bits in where Agnes can read Abyssal, Common, Elvish, and there appears to be 3 distinct languages. One seems to have similarities to Elvish, but you can't really make out what is being said. There is Common and diagrams for what seems to be a weapon. You see the word boom a lot and stick. It's some sort of plan for something. What? You're not entirely sure?
Cerno, what are you trying to create here?
I don't know. I was drunk. Now I can't remember. I was hoping I could pick up the rest from that, but... And then I hand her the second piece. The newly copied one. I did that today. How did I even
So in
manage
your
that?
now sober state, you wrote down the exact same thing?
I have no idea how I managed to copy it like that.
Is that not the point of copying an item?
I was trying to translate it so it wasn't so... You know... drunk. Stupid.
Hmm,
But that went well, didn't it?
obviously.
Agnes, you hear the voice going, well, at the very least, he's consistent.
Well, if it was that of a dire need to have this written down, your sober state would have remembered exactly what you meant.
Yeah, I suppose. Still. I think it'd be a good thing to have now.
Hmm. And we have some time on the road when you can try again
Yeah,
to
I guess.
de-scramble what you wrote down.
Yeah, I guess. I push the papers to the side. Oh boy, I'm tired.
I walk over with 2 beers in my 2 ales in my hand. I sit down.
1.5.
1.5. Sorry. Man. Mind if I sit down?
It seems like you already have.
I mean, I'm standing up right now.
Oh, you should have said it.
No, can I?
It is not my establishment to say no.
Well, just asking if I could sit with you. Okay, I sit down. I got a question, cause you seem like the brains of the group. You mind if I tag along for a while?
I don't see why not. Though, like I said, you may have to get used to some things,
I mean, I figured.
including the music.
And you talking to yourself? Why
I hope-
aren't you a crazy one?
I hope you're a morning person. You get used to it with the cat.
I'm used to a trumpet sounding off early in the morning, so I might have to change to a bagpipe.
Yeah, there's a big difference between a trumpet and a bagpipe.
Yeah. We didn't hear much manic bagpipe where I was from, so.
Personally, I'm used to getting up in the morning. My old job, you had to be up for first in the house. But
Yeah, same. I always had to rush to get grub, so.
Hmm.
And it was out. I look
so
at
you wish to
Cerno.
go south. Is there anywhere in particular?
Just anywhere I can get to. That's all I ask.
Detailed.
Just trying to run away. That's all I gotta say.
Only works for so long,
Yeah.
apparently.
Oh, brave Sanar so bravely fled.
I'm going to slide the other ale over to Cerno.
It bumps
He
into
looks
his
like he
head.
needs that.
It bumps into his head that's on the table. Ow. Ow.
Sorry, you look like you need that.
Who knows? If you got somewhat drunk, you could maybe decipher your work.
Yeah, screw
I'm
it.
down for
He
getting
starts
drunk after
drinking.
today. Oh my god. Chug, 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 chug.
That's the only way
That's
he's been able to have his ale so far. He chugs.
Oh, God.
Right, Constitution saving throw.
I'll make
Oh,
it.
please be a nat 1.
Shut up, Ninja. See?
Mm.
Not bad.
Well, you're not in the same state as when you first thought of this idea. However, it makes a bit more sense to you now. Yeah, you know what you were getting at. Yeah, that thing hits the and then kaboomy. Yeah, great sense.
I turn
Need another one?
the piece of paper
I'm
over and I
going to say
start
no for
scribbling
him.
again.
No, okay.
All right, make
start
another
writing.
intelligence check.
Okay.
Agnes is going to make sure that he is given no other drinks.
Yay.
Blue, do you want one?
You actually make a fair bit of decent progress. You're able to copy over some of the diagrams and correctly annotate them in common in a scroll which you can understand. Get a few basic points of how you think it could work down. It's doing all right. Is Arsene still hiding in a alleyway?
I guess I should make my way back to the tavern. Oh,
Is Cerno
Yeah.
drunk or tipsy?
Well, he definitely wouldn't be allowed to drive.
So yes.
He finishes doing the thing and he picks it up and shows Agnes, "Look what I drew!" And he
Does
starts.
it make any more sense to me?
He's showing it to Agnes. All the while, he's slowly leaning to one side.
He
Well,
can't hold.
The turning of the page makes it a bit difficult, and you have to keep on tilting your head to try and read it. But it seems like a bit more logical. You're not entirely sure about the finer workings of arcane and enchantments.
Can I?
Your brief understanding of magic seems to allow it, and as you're coming to this conclusion, make a well, actually, you notice that Cerno is about to literally fall off of the bar chair he's standing on.
Mother instincts grabs him.
Dexterity
No.
saving throw.
Me?
Yes.
Dex.
Can I try to
saving.
read what's on the paper?
He's currently holding it up to not Arsene, Agnes. So
Agnes, yeah.
A
20 with As you turn away, going, "Yes, very good, dear," you're able to literally grab him, turn him, place him back down on the chair, and give a slight tap on the head.
Cerno,
Just full mother instinct of, no, don't do that. That could hurt yourself. There you go. Much better now.
Cerno's still holding out the piece of paper, and he's just staring. He blinks. What?
Can I now look at the paper?
Sure.
Do I understand any of it? Because I do have some arcane knowledge.
Make a Arcana check.
What's my
Cerno puts
arcana?
the paper down, putting it up so that he can read it, not knowingly, of course, and just looking at his hands going, just processing all of the things that just happened in quick succession.
Well, shit, that's some druid magic right there.
Well, that was fucking horrible. And I felt fucking offended from that. Jesus Christ.
And now you know why I stopped you doing the Scottish accent.
I'm really glad you did. That was the worst southern accent I ever heard.
And now that I've offended half a country who owns guns, I shall go back into hiding. Sorry, Perps, can't visit you for a while.
Dude, you'll be fine in fucking California. It's just the deep south. Don't worry about it.
They have their ways.
Stay away from Alabama, Tennessee. Stay away from.
Wasn't gonna plan on going there anyway. For you see, I have a brain.
Anyway.
And the scientific method.
Why can I not roll shit today? Jesus.
No, you can roll shit today. That's all you've been rolling.
Sure, sorry, words, okay? Anyways. Well, it's pretty pictures, though. I'll admit that.
Cerno looks at the piece of paper and giggles. It goes boom. And his head into the table.
Yes.
A resounding thump.
I should get this one up to bed. I assume you'll be leaving with us in the morning then?
Yeah. I'll be riding with you guys, if that's okay with all of y'all.
I don't see any of them having an objection. We have some duties to do in the morning. I think you should meet us after that.
Yeah, I'll meet you guys after. Yeah, that's fine. I'll sit near the front of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go grab more drinks, and he fucking rushes off to buy more alcohol.
Agnes takes Cerner up to bed.
Alright. Does Marcine sleep in the alleyway?
No, I'm heading back to the tavern. Eventually.
Well, as the sun begins to set, you look up and you hear the sound of a door locking. And an elven figure just steps away from the door, glances down the alleyway, and goes, "Have a good night."
I
Before
don't
just wandering
know.
off.
You too, Vanko.
I hate.
I feel like I like
So
to think
goddamn
that
much.
he's like really creepy and he knows it, but I just like to think that he's just severely misunderstood.
I feel
That
that
he's-
as well.
He thinks he's generally just being a nice person, and everyone just gets creeped out by it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
He's just really
God.
perceptive. Like,
You're scary. But
Has to be in his business.
Jesus Christ. Anyways,
Maybe. Oh, I hate to be sorry. Okay, back to the tavern. I have to go. It's getting late.
Well, as you kind of poke your head out, you see him just walking down the street, just hands in pockets,
I'm just
before
gonna wait.
turning off down a different road
Okay, good.
towards what you believe are houses.
Okay. Who does live here? Nice. To the tavern I go.
Why, you're worried of running into him elsewhere?
I just don't want to seem creepy. He can keep that.
That's his
Alright.
job description.
Actually, I think his job description is shop clerk, but you know.
No, that's
In
the job
brackets,
title.
creepy.
Creep out all potential customers. However am I going to do that?
Oh, now I feel kind of bad. for
No,
calling
it's sounding
him
like
sick.
GLaDOS.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Just stick your sarcasm in.
I'm getting drunk. That's all I can say about that.
Well, Constitution saving throw.
I was gonna say drunk.
Drunk. What is my constitution? Constitution is saving though.
Yep.
There's a +3. That's a 15.
All right. Well, it takes you about 3 golds worth of drinks before you're drunk.
Ouch.
You know what? That's fine with me. 1, 2.
The barkeep just keeps on giving you worried looks as you keep on ordering next ones, and he goes, I might recommend a bucket by your bed tonight.
What do you mean?
No worries, I'm sure you can hold your alcohol. Have a good evening.
Fucking damn right I can. I'm from the south now. Anyway,
Is he like going down south? So isn't he from the north?
he's from like the north south. He's from
The
the
what?
southern part.
He's actually from the northwest.
Northwest. Whatever. You know what?
He's from the
Church-
south of the northwest. There.
Yes. There you go. Thank you.
He is the most. He is south of the most northern point of this continent.
You know what? I just wanted to.
Which
use
is
a
all of
fucking
it.
accent 'cause- Anyways.
Just like how you're all north of the most southern point of this continent.
Stop getting technical.
Anyways, I'm still talking in this fucking accent. They wouldn't let me do a fucking Scottish accent.
No, because you know
Yeah.
people get offended like Nate doing this.
To be honest,
I would not recommend that
I mean,
accent.
my accents just wander even when I'm doing them, so
Mm.
I just offend everyone by talking. Anyway,
same.
No comment.
for the sake of brevity, I assume everyone ends up eventually finding their way to their rooms.
Yep.
Let's have a little shoe score at the end of the day. At the end of the night.
Oh my
She has now
God.
gained a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Do
they fit?
No.
No, they're gnomes. She can put them on the tips of her ears.
May fit Cerno.
No,
they're a
just
wee bit
one.
Good luck
too
getting
hard.
shoes on Cerno. He's never worn them.
Sono is a hobbit.
Pretty much.
He's bigger than me.
Cerno's. Have you ever seen a dog in shoes? And they're just like weird.
Aww.
I
They
saw
can't-
one last night. It was weird. That dog looked so sad wearing them.
I know. I know. They do not like them.
And it spooks them.
Anyway, sake of brevity, you are all awoken by the cheery sounds of bagpipes
Very
We're
useful.
used to it.
as
Apart
the
from
sun is beginning
someone.
to rise.
Are there groans of annoyance?
Yes, there are.
There always are.
Cerno sits up. He's looking through his squinty, drowsy eyes. How did I get here?
I'm already starting the day off with.
Who put shoes on my feet?
What are these strange machinations? Off! Off, you foul beasts!
Thanos
I'm
sits
already-
bolt upright, all sleepiness goes, evil! Blasphemy!
No, to be honest,
Well,
if you put shoes on a hobbit, it'd look like a no, not Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts character. There you go.
Oh,
Mm.
flipping clown shoes, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So stupid. Anyways,
Agnes is up and getting the cart ready.
I am off having breakfast beer.
All right. Well, your head hurts slightly from last night, but
We have an
you're-
alcoholic on our hands.
You're
little
trying
bit.
to do hair of the dog.
You can finally join you.
Hey, excuse me.
No, I've always wanted a drinking buddy.
Neither I nor Agnes is an alcoholic.
They're just under. She'll have you know.
Mm-hmm. Boy.
We just
Alright.
drink.
Never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna say
We just
anything.
drink when we're being social, and when we're not, and when we want to be left alone, and when we're happy, and when we're sad. Okay, we just drink.
It's not true. Don't, don't drink if we have work tomorrow.
I thought you drank a little bit last time you had work.
No?
Anyway,
Anyway.
you'll get up, go about your daily routine for the still alive members of the Syrcas. Go
Ooh.
to find,
Yeah.
and my roll 20's just decided only I'm sat in it. Anyway.
Yep. Same here.
Yep.
Yep. Roll 20's.
There we go.
What are you looking at? We're all back.
Hey,
Actually, Abby isn't.
I'm
I
back.
will see if I
I've
am
got
back.
Jam, Comet,
I'm back.
Ninja.
I don't have
Props,
Abby.
me.
There we
Oh,
go.
and there's Abby.
I never left. I never kicked me out.
Your internet is so delayed, I didn't even realize what.
My internet is
Is that, wait, what? It went down? Oh.
better than yours.
Wait, what? My internet's good.
Mm.
Alright,
Hmm.
anyways.
We get the
They're all
treasure.
back.
So,
Can I try to sneakily watch them from afar? So
roll a stealth at disadvantage, Mr. Wearing heavy armor.
Oh shit. This is gonna. What is it? Minus what? My stealth is a minus. Let's see.
1.
It's a minus 1.
Time to roll a 0.
Let's do that twice. 3 and a 12 is a 2 and a 11.
Well, as you start digging into where you buried the bugbear, you hear cling, 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 cling.
Also,
As you look
dun,
and see a
dun,
dragonborn
dun.
trying to slowly creep up, but the chainmail is clinking off itself and his scales.
We
No, doesn't care.
Alright, just keep helping dig up.
I assume you brought the horses and cart to this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Agnes got a medal.
Otherwise, there's no way you're getting it back to town.
No.
But given a couple of hours and a few wrong places to which you start digging in, eventually you recover your long lost chest and whatever contents is inside, which appears to be a couple more worms than you recall.
You're still okay, right?
We all lifted
Yep.
up and onto the
Boar's
cart.
body looks as if it died merely seconds ago.
Okay.
Cerno looks
Is
away.
Agnes going to take some
Merely
of
a
the
couple of
worm's
hours ago.
ears?
Is Agnes what?
Gonna take the worm's ears.
No.
She starts a delicate procedure.
Never mind. I'm not gonna ask a very stupid question.
Do worms have ears? Were you gonna ask that?
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
to
you
look.
are.
Shush.
Right. In which direction do you guys head?
Maple
Mm.
Tide.
Earthworms have no ears.
We need to head back to Neverwinter, past Maple Tide.
I told my sister we're gonna meet her there.
At Maple Tide?
Yeah, Maple Tide. She's at Lake Crossing. She's coming over by the tower thing across the water, and so I told her we'd be meeting her there.
I am not going to ask how you keep talking. Sure.
Well, actually, she said she wouldn't be able to travel and that she was currently busy.
And she was also currently busy.
So we're not meeting her.
Might.
I mean, we can go to Lake.
Plus, there are a few things I think we need to check up on Mapleside. Right,
I
Arsene?
mean, you guys do. I'm just following along. So that
Right.
was a long rest
Sure.
to do that.
Ooh, yeah.
Was there not that inquiry you were involved in? Then again, they never did contact you.
Oh, the murder. I
Mm.
forgot about that.
I look very, very concerned
I
at the
didn't.
little tiefling.
I mean,
I-
technically,
as
she
soon as this
broke
was
her. What do you call it?
I
Told what she wasn't to do. Didn't she say she wasn't allowed to plane or travel? And then we all just hopped over to the Shadowfell for a quick party, and then we came back, and then you were really annoyed at me.
I can explain that. I
You didn't hear that.
accidentally
didn't.
stumbled upon a body. Don't worry about it.
I look very concerned and I inch slowly away from
I-
Arsene.
I didn't. Why does everyone assume it's my fault that someone's dead?
I don't think you are one to assume that she found a body and therefore is dangerous when you are the one running away with a group of dodgy people. Who knows what you could have
Fair
done?
point.
They prefer the term shadowy.
God damn it! I wish I could hear Daron. Anyways,
I mean, they said they'd get in contact with me. I don't think I was supposed to tell them if I came back to town. I don't really
I can
remember
play
much.
with the female dragonborn. I just realized this. Anyways,
No, but you can check in if you so wish.
True,
Plus,
I am
there been
curious.
another murder and
Don't we have
Such as
don't we
Neverwinter.
already have a job? We've got one goal here.
yes, but we
So-
may need to stay overnight again. Passing comments won't harm that much time.
Yeah, alright.
wait. Before I ask, do y'all got a name you go by?
Syrcas.
Syrcas?
Yeah.
The Syrcas.
Like the circus that comes to town, or
No.
no?
No.
No,
I guess
I
I
think
don't.
your understanding of accents is mucking you up.
What do you mean accents? I thought everyone sounded like this.
Not quite.
I think his ear holes are broken.
I would agree.
Anyways, that actually is slowly deteriorating my voice. God damn.
You always pick the hardest ones.
Well, I like doing the fucking southern accent because it's
I
fun.
know.
It's my favorite accent to say.
So you time jumping us to Mapletide?
Pretty much.
Well, you travel for a day, set up camp, have to deal with Nar and his incessant ramblings in a accent you struggle to hear through.
I mean, I can start storing my words like I'm actually from the south. Make sure you can't understand me, but I'm just.
Pronunciation is usually key when communicating with others.
That's why I'm taking it a little bit slow when I talk to y'all. Not like the little fast southern accent. You can barely understand the word I'm saying. But anyways,
You camp for the night, head back onto the trail, now going the opposite direction along the Sore Coast. And as night is beginning to fall, you are blinded once again by the lighthouse as you approach the city, which sits half over water.
City's very cool.
We're going to need to pay for horses and cart to keep up.
I already know where
Outside
we're
of town
keeping
again.
those.
We can go to the same place.
Same place. Sounds good.
Did I write their names down of them?
I just remember it was stable number 2.
That's all I remember too. I wasn't taking notes because I was dead. Oh wait, no, never
No,
mind.
you
never
weren't.
mind,
You weren't
No,
at
you
that
weren't.
point.
Never mind.
Goddamn excuses.
I know.
Anyway, it was Frederick and Olivia.
I did not write that down.
This is why I was forming that document full of everyone's names, which I still haven't finished. But yes, Frederick and Olivia.
Hmm. We go find them and pay for the horses.
Ooh, return customers.
We did promise.
Right. Again, anything valuable you're leaving in fact, anything you're leaving in the car. I'd like you to sign this form saying that you don't mind if it gets stolen, and if it is
Ooh.
stolen, it's at the very least not our fault. This form that if you don't collect after the amount you've paid, the amount you will have to pay will be the daily charge plus this increased fee of 2 copper per day.
Hmm.
And I think that's all of the documents I will need you to sign. 2 horses again, yes?
Yes. And a cart.
And a cart,
Oh,
yes, 2 horses.
we okay leaving the trunk in the cart? Cerno?
Huh?
The trunk.
I thought we were taking the trunk to go see the cat's sister to get boy revived.
We can't carry it.
He puts
I
his
can probably carry it.
hand on the trunk. That's it. We should leave it. It'll be too much of a bother to carry.
And if we do find Savangale's sister, we can bring it back here.
Yeah.
Righty-ho. 5 silver piece and 2 copper.
I shall pay.
And sign, don't forget to sign.
Yes, once again.
Good, good.
5.
And with all that, Frederick!
Wow, for fuck's sake, this. Damn.
And with that, the young elven man comes back out of the field, going, "Yeah, oh, another 2 horses, right? I'll see to them. Make sure they're all fed and ready for sleeping."
Thank you very much.
No worries. And with that, they back your cart up into one of the few parking spaces, unhitch the horses, and
Beep.
lead them into the field.
Beep. Beep. Beep.
Stand well clear, car reversing. If I run you over, you owe us money.
These people.
Damages to client's property.
What? I'm not gonna. Anyway.
Oh my
I have my horse master sitting looking at it, very trying to figure
I'm
this
going
out
to
now.
say no.
Oh god, ninja. Oh
What?
god.
You said it's getting dark, right?
Indeed, it is.
Sun's getting low, big guy.
We should find the inn once again.
It is about
Savangale?
dusk.
Do you know where your sister would be meeting you if she does so?
Well, she can easily hear the sound of the bagpipes, but I can just go ask Johan to see if a tech savvy like me walk through.
Hmm?
That's true. You could ask Johan.
Johan lives in that lighthouse, correct?
Yep.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming you won't be coming with us?
I don't think we're all needed on this trip.
Okay.
I mean, I'd rather not sit at a damn tavern all day. I need to stretch my legs.
Then you're more than welcome to go with them if they are okay with that.
That okay with you guys?
No problem.
Awesome.
Cerno?
Hmm?
Where will you be going?
I don't know.
Do you wish to go to see Johan and potentially Savangale's sister? or wander around part of this town and probably just stay in the inn, to be honest.
I think I'll maybe go off and do my own thing.
Okay. Just be careful.
Yeah, sure.
This is when Cerno starts to fight.
This is when he finds Todd.
Move shit out of Todd. This
I
is
shall,
for poor, you jackass!
I shall go find the inn and make sure they have all the rooms necessary.
I'll pay for my own when I get back.
Fair enough. I shall reserve it.
Thank you. Go
Okay.
ahead and tell him I need about 3 gold worth of ale.
Jesus Christ. that's a lot.
Sure.
I wouldn't mind coming and helping the inn stuff, or I see the guards, people. Yeah. We
Do
can
you
look
wish to go
around
speak to
town.
them?
I'm curious, but we're leaving again so soon.
I don't think I know any of everyone's names.
We would have told you on the 2 days.
Oh, probably.
Because it would have been very awkward.
We can go speak to the guards if you so wish. Small update. I'm sure they won't mind.
Oh my god, she is.
Yeah, right. Just for curiosity's sake, it was a. Sounds really horrible. Interesting kind of murder. I regret saying it already.
We should go to the inn and then the guards people, or the other way round if it's on the way.
Indeed, shall.
That means the cat has got gnaw.
So,
Cat and dragon, dragon and cat. Yeah.
so 3 of you are heading to the inn, the other 2 the lighthouse, correct?
Cerno's doing his own thing.
Oh, Sano, what are you doing? Sorry.
Shit out of Todd.
Wandering aimlessly.
Oh.
I'm just
no,
wandering.
Agnes,
I'm just wandering through the city. And if I
Okay,
come across something, that's up to you, DM.
I only have so many different tabs I can have open at one time.
So is this the part where the homing meteors strikes Cerno?
No. This is where I open.
More tabs.
Yep, more tabs. Right. Well, I guess Sano, investigation.
Okay. Even though I'm not looking for anything.
Oh, just see what you come across. Agnes and Arsene head to the same tavern.
Same tavern or the guards.
I find something important.
Oh dear lord.
Or possibly.
Okay, right.
I don't like
Okay.
that.
So, Arsene and Agnes, is it the tavern or the guards? I mean, it is getting towards. The sun has probably set by now. The lights have winked on the western side of town as the lanterns are slowly being lit on the eastern.
Are we walking past the guards? Keep.
It's not exactly directly on your way to the tavern, but it's not too far out.
We can make our way past it. See if it's open or people look alive in there.
All right.
Sure.
So you make your way
Bad choice of words, probably.
past the tavern, and you find that they're all undead. I mean,
Wow.
you make your way past the tavern, heading towards the more Arsene guiding you to where the guards keep his. There is 1 or 2 still guards stood at the doors. The doors are open. There's a bit of light coming out from inside. One of the guards appears to be falling asleep, standing up, whilst the other one's just sort of hugging his halberd, just kind of trying to stifle a yawn, but really not being able to do it. There appears to be some forms of life inside.
Guess I'm going in or just asking one of the guards outside. Is either of the guards Jeremy?
Neither of the guards is Jeremy.
Inside may have more information.
But Jeremy's here.
I
What's
said
making-
neither.
Neither. I thought you said one of them. Okay, I'm sad now.
No.
Inside we
How
go
can you
then.
hear neither as one of?
You cut out. That's all I heard is guards is Jeremy.
Jeremy's not here, basically.
Yeah, okay. Indoors we go then.
All right. Well, as you walk past, the one kind of beginning to doze off goes.
Evening.
Nothing important. Evening.
Good.
And he kind of snuggles up against his halberd and seems to be almost cuddling it at this point. As you make your way in, there is a rather large half-orc squeezed behind a particularly small desk, seeming like he's a bit uncomfortable, sort of hunched over. Small pair of glasses balanced on his nose. Tusks almost reaching to the bottom of the glasses as he's just squinting and writing something down.
Good evening there.
Good evening.
Sorry for the interruption.
No. How can I help you?
I'm one of the witnesses to a murder in the town a couple of days back. I just back in town wanted to ask how it was going. You know, it's
Well, I
horrible to
believe
hear.
the murder inquiry is still open. We have no need of you at the moment. If we do,
Okay.
we'll be in touch. Don't go traveling to any other planes.
Of course. Thank you for that. I'll keep my ears open and, yeah. Thank you.
Certainly.
Good luck.
I'm sure we're gonna need it with this one.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Have you not been paying attention, Missy? I'm
We've been
becoming
out of
southern.
town.
Wow.
We've been out of town.
Not just this town.
This was
So it is related to other goings on then.
The murders up and down the Sword Coast. Well,
Hmm?
the northern tip. They all seem to have something in common.
The Sword Coast Killer.
What would that be?
Precise kills, different parts of them dissected.
Hmm.
A very particular piece of each one missing.
Which would be
Depends on the victim.
So
I believe-
D&D version of Jack the Ripper.
yeah.
Perhaps. I believe the one that you witnessed was missing their spine.
I do recall that being mentioned. It was hard to tell though, honestly.
A lot of blood, I believe.
But that makes sense. Yes, yeah, there was a lot of blood.
What makes sense?
They were split nearly all the way down the middle.
Okay, yeah, I mean, if you're stealing the spine, that's probably the best thing you can do.
Yeah, that's what I mean by it makes sense now why they were split like that. That's why I'm sorry.
No worries.
Well, thank you for that. I'll try not to get involved anymore. Thank you.
It would be wise.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to fight a fucking serial. This will be.
This is when I find out it's my freaking mentor or something. And then I go and murder Nate in honor of my mentor. Anyway.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, don't be mean. Alright, so
All right. I'll leave Sano to last because that one will be fun. Oh, yay! Savangale. Nar. you make your way out to the rickety bridge pier, precarious contraption, wooden board that clearly hasn't really been too thought through or designed for humans crossing. The waves are relatively gentle, but it does still seem to rock with every impact. Would you like to try and make your way across to the lighthouse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dexterity checks, please.
Oh, this will be fun. What is my dexterity?
This is another
Check.
reason Agnes didn't go.
I have a -1, hun. For my
Yeah, I don't have
dexterity.
-1 on
Oh
Dex.
my god damn it.
Well,
This is
no, you see Savangel just walking along almost effortlessly. And you think, oh, how hard can it be? Step, step, what? And as you feel you're just falling face first towards the surf, you're beginning to come to terms with your fate before you kind of suddenly stop abruptly and just hang there. As you turn around, you see that Savangel is now on all four paws, tail somewhat wrapped around the pier, whilst holding onto the back of your chainmail with her mouth.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's gotta hurt the teeth.
Oh yes, especially with this weight.
Alright then. I'm going to, with Savangos' help, pull myself the fuck back up.
Make a strength check.
Come on, is this a check?
Yeah, check.
What?
Do I help him with that?
Right, make a strength check as well.
Wow,
Savangel.
Ninja, those
I
rolls
have
are
-1.
excellent.
If she gets another
Please get a natural 20. Close enough.
No, you can't really grab anything to try and haul yourself back up, but you feel and hear the cat straining as she pulls you back, and as soon as she's close enough, you're able to hook an arm over and take a lot of the strain off her and kind of end up sitting saddle on a leg either side of this precarious wooden board. Or Savangel suddenly spits you out before turning around and then just continuing to walk forward on all four paws.
Tail
Almost
up by
prancing at this point.
I hate all of this shit. Fuck this. I'm going to attempt to keep going.
All right, have a dexterity check, please.
I refreshed it, so maybe this will help me. Anything?
Okay,
13?
you are able to slowly and steadily butt shuffle your way to the other side.
I hate you.
The cat is just sat there grooming herself by the time you arrive.
I hate all of this. I want boy back.
What, already?
Yes! He has better fucking dexterity than this shit. I think it's like a +5 or
There's
something.
only one trait though.
I know. I can't roll for shit today.
All right. Well, you make it over to the lighthouse, and you open the door,
Kitty!
and there is just a brick wall the other side.
Abigail rings the bell.
Well, as you go to ring the bell, you notice that where there is just this brick wall, there is also a sign and a scrawled note which says, "Sorry we're closed right now. Our opening hours are between dawn and dusk."
Can I kick open the game door?
The doors.
The door is
joking.
open.
100%. Oh.
The
It's a
door's
brick
open, and
wall.
it's essentially just a cupboard with a sign in it saying, "Sorry we're closed right now."
So it's nighttime now?
Yes,
Yeah.
the sun has set.
Aww. Okay, cross the bridge we go.
Okay.
And Savangel happily just trots back across the bridge. Not just slowly head just turns to watch her. a wee bit of fear in his eyes.
You know what? I feel so confident in
I was going to say you don't need to roll.
No, but this is great.
Ninja!
This-
Ninja!
Did he leave? Did he leave?
Yeah, he left the VC.
Oh.
Right, so Sano.
Alright, I'm ready for whatever you got for me.
You just sort of absent-mindedly wandering, end up finding yourself
I hate everything.
the very western side of town. As you get up and look around, I mean, it looks slightly familiar. This is where you and Arsene and Boar and Savangal had tracked down Arsene's friend. Rough area, but there is hardly as many people around this time. There's 2 boats docked, both of which have sort of the gangways connecting it. Although they have sort of like I don't want to say stools, but sort of a table set up with like a sign hanging off them saying, travel and such. However, one of them is almost completely barren. The other just has a somewhat tall, dark-robed figure just clutching an unlit torch, standing near motionless behind the desk.
Okay. So they're outside behind a desk?
Yeah, so think of essentially a pier at like a dock, and the ships are docked nearby, and there's essentially just 2 desks with like signs detailing travel expenses and whatnot. And where one of them is, there's pretty much no sign of life around apart from this one black-robed figure just sort of stood next to one of these desks, clutching an unlit torch.
So they've got a sign above their desk, yes?
Yeah.
I walk over and I read the sign.
Well, the sign is essentially explaining the charge for traveling, the costs of traveling via the ship, and the destinations they are willing to go to.
Lake Cross is on there, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you got places like Lake Cross, Axenmouth, also got Ember West, Blindshore. Now you're beginning to actually stretch my own memory. There's Fork. Now I'm going to have to go over to my continental map, Wild Shore, and Stone Bay. There's a few others, but you don't really recognize their names.
I look at the dude. Can I see his face? Or their face, also?
The hood is currently over it enough that you can't really see. Although, I guess from your angle, sort of looking up, it appears to be a somewhat shrunken face.
Have they reacted at all to me being here?
Not yet. They are breathing.
So they have a gangway that leads onto a ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does the ship look like?
Pretty decent. A galley, pretty large, capable of carrying quite a lot of people, probably quite a lot of cargo. It seems to have a few metallic cylindrical bits sticking out of part of it. Cannons. It's got cannons.
Yeah, Cerno is wondering, what are those?
Do you seek passage?
Yay, another creepy NPC.
No, not right now. I was just curious, sort of.
Curious to what?
Where you can go, I guess?
All the places listed. And depending on the price, a few more.
Yeah. No, I got that. Loud and clear. Nice weather, huh?
Do you seek passage?
Possibly. Not right now, I don't think. I'd have to talk with my party.
Come back when you wish to seek passage.
Oh.
And his head does actually turn towards you, and you notice that there's a very shrunken, sort of humanoid face. Quite, the skin sort of pulled quite tight against the skull. Although, kind of inspecting it, it doesn't appear to be human, elven, or any other race you're really aware of.
Okay. Cerno takes a step back and starts walking away.
No other reaction.
In his mind, he's saying, "The what?"
All right. We shall return to Nar and Savangal.
Uh-huh. Yeah, what's up, man? What's up? Come on. God damn it.
Savangal, as you're happily walking along, you don't even hear the sound of a foot lifting, you just hear a as you turn to see, where Nar had been standing, the wood apparently was somewhat rotted and had just given way underneath his weight. There is now a blue dragonborn slowly beginning to disappear below the surface of the water.
Oh, right. Chainmail's decently heavy. I'm gonna drown.
Savangel runs all the way over and starts like yelling at if she can find any guard, she's gonna start yelling, "The heck quick, someone fell off the bridge," and then start running over that way herself.
All right. What are you going to do, Nar?
Uh, can I take off my armor? Is that an option?
I mean, it takes you about 10 minutes to take armor off.
Fuck.
You can try
I'm-
swimming, you know.
I'm gonna
You just
try
fell
this.
into the water and beginning to sink.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking swim to shore.
All right, just make an athletics check for.
I fucking hate you, sub.
You're welcome.
Never mind. Never mind. No, I don't. That is never mind. That is a +5. 16. I bet that's
Ninja.
so.
Kind of frustrated with
Ninja.
all that's happening. You just sigh. Notice that water's trying to get into your lungs, and so just start swimming and. You just managed to. You're able to make your way back to the shore. It takes you about 15-20 minutes before you're pulling yourself out onto the stony beach, clothes soaking, as you start to make your disgruntled way back through the gates of town. Savangal, as you're running along the bridge, you do in fact hear and turn to see Nar just casually swimming towards land in somewhat of an annoyed state.
Very annoyed state.
You have no one to blame but yourself, Ninja.
Savangel lets the guard know that part of the bridge has collapsed even more and someone did fall over.
Huh? Ugh. You know you're not meant to go over there, right?
I was waiting for my sister.
You know the docks are over in that direction?
But Johan.
Yeah, crazy old bat. What, you lost a cat or something? Oh, okay, right, never mind. I guess you're. Okay, well that makes a bit more sense. But it's normally not open. It's normally not open past dusk.
Yeah, we found out about that. That's how he fell over on the way back.
Yeah. To be honest, it's easier just to get in contact with his assistant.
Oh, how so?
They own a shop.
May you direct me to the shop so I can easily find them next time?
Well, I mean, it's currently closed, but if you wanted to find it whilst it's open, you
Yes,
just need to go 3 buildings left from the bridge.
thank you.
I swear.
Don't understand how people keep on not seeing it. The guy says as he walks off.
When we finally learn about his
I'm
shop.
so pissed off right now.
It's your
Fucking
own
that
fault.
one.
You expect people to go over that rickety bridge every time they lose a cat?
No, I expected. Hey, re-roll.
What, on a 1?
No, I expected. Hey, go re-roll. You're heading right back.
No, I wasn't going to. I'm not that cruel. Don't you remember the first time you went across?
No.
I only made you roll to get over. I said you got back all right. You were going to get back all right, but you managed to roll a 0, so the wood just gave out underneath you.
Pissed off.
You have to blame yourself.
How do I blame myself?
Cause you rolled!
You rolled when you didn't ask for it.
Whatever. It was.
If a DM doesn't ask for a roll and you roll anyway, they have full right to either choose to use it or not to use it.
Okay. I will keep that noted for next time.
It's only when they ask do they have to take whatever you roll. All right. So, Cerno goes away from what he feels is yet another creepy encounter. Arsene, Agnes, you make your way back to the tavern. Pay up for yourself, most of your party members, and are given a hearty meal. So that is modest. That's 5 silver pieces per person, so you're paying for 4, so that'll be 2 gold pieces, Agnes. Cerno, you are probably 3rd there. Savangal 4th, and Nar 5th.
And I assume he's tracking water.
Probably by this point there's still a bit of a squelch as he moves, but not much water just pouring off him anymore.
Dear Lord. Alfie heads straight off to bed. Antisocial.
I have come to drink.
Again. More.
Alright, well, roll your constitution saving throw.
Savangal, did you find everything you needed?
Roll d20.
So they close when the sun goes down, and there's an easier way to get in contact with them by the shop that's
19.
not by the water.
I see, that could be helpful.
Well, Ninja,
You know, in this sense, the higher number you get, the more you have to drink to get drunk.
you drink approximately 30 mugs of ale.
Okay.
Holy heck.
At this point, your vision is beginning to go a bit blurry, and you begin to realize, although you were drinking almost constantly, you weren't really letting your body have time to start processing it, and only now is the real effect kind of hitting you, and you go from sitting there swaying slightly to just almost full out flat on the table snoring.
Alright, how much do I owe for all of it?
We're gonna say about 6 gold.
That's a lot of.
Right.
You know,
Cerno's back by
probably
now,
what-
isn't he?
probably what peasants consume in a year.
Well, I'm a dragon.
I'm a drug.
I'm intriguing.
Fear me in my alcoholism.
Hear me, Joe.
Is Cerno back by now?
Yeah, Sano was third back.
Did you find anything, Cerno?
Yeah. I ended up by the docks. Found some creepy guy.
No one causing you to run out of town this time, then?
No. No, nothing like that. Kept asking if I wanted passage.
Where to?
You shall not.
Looking at the
pass.
sign, it looks like he could go a number of places up and down the Sword Coast. Lake Cross was one of them. But,
Hmm.
to be honest, you don't like boats or water. So, you know. He also said I could also go other places, but... yeah, I don't know. Seemed creepy to me. Wasn't human either.
Make a nature check, so.
Nature check.
None of us here are human.
Yeah, no, like, nothing I have seen or...
Hmm.
That's an 8.
Well, talking it through with Agnes, it really begins to unsettle you. And some sort of lessons kind of pop into your head from your mentor, but you can't really focus on them. Although one thought does start to ring somewhat in your mind of maybe they're not of this plane.
Is it Sinokir?
No, Sinekir was a human who lived in a different plane.
Mm. What time is it?
Are you?
This point, well, some probably set around, since it's spring, probably set around. I'd say you're pushing about 9-10 at this point.
Be right back! And I jump up and I run out of the
Excuse.
inn.
Wait, what? So,
And I go back to the creepy dude. This is so gonna go bad.
Oh dear lord.
God.
Mama never told me not to talk to strangers.
I've got a sword.
yes, because that's gonna go so.
I know.
Or scimitar, technically. Technical with this, but...
Mama always taught me to talk to others with a big old smile on my face.
Well, Sano, you run back to the docks and find that he is stood in the exact same place.
And I walk up to him and go, when you talked about going other places, you meant on this plane, right?
Depends on the price you offer. I know many waterways.
Okay. What are you?
That's
Very
not something you say.
What are you?
He looks down. Halfling. Duh.
He just stands there.
Okay. How would you take someone to a different plane then?
Where do you want to go?
Feywild.
Where do you want to go?
I just said Feywild.
Where
I
do
don't-
you want to go?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything that's there. I just know that there's a. It's a.
Then
What?
I cannot take you to a place you do not know.
It's the Feywild. Just take me there. It doesn't have to be specific.
He's just standing there.
Fine, fine. What about the Shadowfell?
Where do you want to go?
Where would you recommend? Since you seem to know
Good
so many
question.
places.
I know how to get to places I want to go to. Does not mean I know the places.
He puts his his forehead in his palm.
You know what? Just for the hell of it, roll another nature.
That's yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, no, you're just getting really frustrated by this.
Pillar. Pillar.
I am a ferryman.
There was a in both the Shadowfell and the Feywild. There's a pillar. Go there.
Is there a river next to it?
I don't remember.
You did not see a river nearby when you were briefly there.
Nope. Nope. There's.
I am a ferryman.
Okay then.
So
I
this
am the
guy is
walrus
basically
Pikachu.
like the River Styx guy, Charon.
Mhm.
Okay then.
If Cerno rolled a high enough nature check, he would know.
General can't write high enough for a nature check.
All
Our
right.
druid is great with nature.
I mean,
Oh,
technically it isn't nature, but I mean, he may be able to get others to try and figure out who it is if you just talk to them.
Yeah, he didn't really say anything. He just ran out the door.
I know.
All right then. What's your name at
Well, could
least?
Abigail have followed him? Because then she just saw him come in, talk something, and then run out, and she was like a few seconds delayed in like trying to follow him because now she's very curious.
Because curiosity kills the cat. Yeah.
Make a perception check to see if you are able to spot him and run after him. 20? Yes, you're more than able to. And probably by about this point, by this point, you are able to catch up to Sana, who is having this conversation with a hooded figure of average height, clutching an unburnt torch in its left hand. Hood over its shrunken face, and no real humanoid discernible features other than the fact that it's bipedal.
Can Seven go roll an insight to see what this creature is?
That wouldn't really be insight.
Or whatever check it is to see exactly what it is.
I would say any of the intelligence checks other than Arcana. See if she's heard of these creatures in stories.
Okay, I have a +2 in investigation.
Sure, I'll allow it. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, you ask the creature his name, Cerno?
Yeah.
Argenfell.
Argenfell. Okay. And if I want to find you, do I just come back here?
If you seek passage.
Okay. I'll be going then.
Return when you seek passage.
Okay. We'll do that. I'm walking off at this point.
Gull picks up Cernal, puts her on her shoulders.
Because boy can't do it. I made myself really depressed by saying that. Why did I do that?
Zeno's just thinking, confused. What is that thing?
I shall allow you to one more roll to try and see if your combined knowledge can figure this out.
Can you tell when Nate makes a character he really wants us to find out about?
Yeah. All right.
Oh
All
no,
right,
there
here
are
we
plenty
go.
more characters which I'd love you guys to find out.
Here we go. Better, but not by far. Oh.
You know, Southern Girl, you think he might be a farmer.
I mean, it makes sense. I heard rumors about those dark, mystical farmers very far away. I hear rumors that basically they do all their farming with their hoods and cloaks up because it's for religious reasons.
Oh my god, I love this.
This breaks Cerno's train of thought. What?
So drastically. It does seem to jog something, however, as he does recall stories of ferrymen who travel across the River Styx.
Well,
which is a river which runs through several of the lower plains, including the Nine Hells.
okay.
So yes, you were actually correct, Purple. This is a ferryman. However, there's not just one of them. There are multiple.
Oh boy.
I think I remember some things. I don't know if I want to. Let's keep this to ourselves for the moment, okay?
Okay. So we won't tell them about the farmers?
No. No. Not that one, at least.
Alright.
Thanks. And he just leans onto Seven Girl's head, very tired.
Have Uncle pats him as she's carrying him around.
I'm drunk as fuck.
You'll just pass straight out.
Uh-huh.
Agnes, what are you doing?
Yeah, I come to realization we would have gone past that pillar, right? Or where we
Yeah.
went off. Did Daron react?
You didn't go
Yeah.
right past it. You had to get off the road and travel to the pit.
Yeah, but he saw it from when we were on the road last time, didn't he?
He wasn't as drawn to it this time.
Alright. She is now waiting for
Different alcohol that does that, perps.
See what it says? Oh,
No, generally,
jeez.
there is a different alcohol in this universe that does that. Anyway.
She's basically waiting because I just ran out the door very hurriedly. And
Well, eventually, a very confused Sarno and a cat banging on about hooded farmers come back into the tavern.
Where did you to go exactly?
To meet a farmer?
A farmer?
Mhm.
So no, you said about a river ferryman?
He rubs the side of his head and shakes his head. Drink, please! And puts his hand up.
Well, the Dragonborn makes her way over, puts the mug down. 4 copper.
Yeah, alright. There we go. I start drinking.
Thank you.
Do you wish to tell me about this ferry farmer? Sono?
Sono keeps drinking.
Savingale, what do you know about him then?
I don't know. I was thinking that he might be one of those farmers in those really obscure communities that do all their work for religious reasons to wear dark hood and do their farming that way.
Haven't heard of that one.
Same, it's really obscure.
Apparently.
Damn cat's fucking insane.
Didn't
If I
realize
get-
they had now become ferrymen.
Maybe they had other jobs, because farming only gets you so far.
True. Why were you so excited to meet this farmer, Cerno?
Sono's still drinking.
Glug, 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 glug.
He hasn't come up for air. Or he briefly comes up for air. But not long enough to get engaged in the conversation.
Could I freeze the alcohol?
You could put ice cubes in it, but not really freeze the alcohol solid. Mainly because
So I couldn't control
alcohol has a significantly lower freezing point.
it? I couldn't control it then?
Not really.
She just tips it further forwards, it goes over him.
Well, by this point, Sono's drunk the vast majority of this mug anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And as he comes up for air a second time,
Another!
Cerno.
careful there, wee one, as the Silver Dragonborn comes back over and places another mug in.
I start
Am I
drinking
passed out
again.
at the table, or am I passed out up at the bar? That's my
At the
question.
bar.
God damn it! Of course I am.
Cerno. You're avoiding the question, which makes me more suspicious.
Mother knows.
What did you find, Cerno?
Sono comes up here, wipes his mouth. I don't know. I don't know anything. And goes back to chugging it.
Constitution saving throw.
Yay!
Do I have to roll
Yay!
insight? Because I feel like it's obvious at this
I
point.
mean, at this point, it's kind of obvious he's avoiding conversation, and by the time he's finished this one, the small body of his is now ingesting the very large amount of alcohol he's just put into it. And his eyes are beginning to wander slightly, and he's waving back and forth on his seat yet again.
Cerno, if you don't know, maybe I can help you figure this out.
I don't know.
What don't you know about?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing it. Why did I drink? He thinks for a moment. Oh yeah, I think that was why. Oh god. I feel a bit sick.
Why?
Oh, wait.
Why were you drinking?
One bucket coming right up.
Thank you.
A bucket. about the size of Cerno's torso is just placed next to him.
That's a big bucket.
Don't be filling it up.
He just gives a thumbs up.
Why did you
meekly.
drink then, Cerno?
Is there anything Arsene is doing, or is she just hiding in her room?
Hiding in my room.
Alright.
Agnes is just gonna keep trying to get this information out of Cerno and Savangil unless he passes out.
Cerno going to keep on avoiding it?
I don't know. You know what? I think another drink will help. And he goes to put his hand up.
I think you've had quite enough.
Indeed.
I've already got one passed out on the bar. Don't need another.
I am not carrying him.
Don't worry. I'm sure I can put him into a room.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, please carry me.
Sh-
I mean,
Is Cerno gonna tell Agnes?
nope.
His eyes glaze over a little. What are we talking about again?
The weird ferryman you met.
And he puts his head over to the thing. He doesn't stay there. He just, oh god.
I think that one should probably go to bed, miss.
I'll make sure he goes to bed, don't worry.
Sleep it off. He doesn't seem in any fit state to really be thinking, talking, or doing much of anything, really. Along with this one. Gestures to the somewhat familiar outline of a blue dragonborn.
I can't really help you with that one. I'm not the strongest.
No worries.
If he's not talking, I guess I take him up.
I think it's quite evident he isn't talking.
Nah.
And so Agnes carries wee baby Cerno up into his room and puts him into bed with a bucket by his side.
World, why do you spin such an away?
Savangel?
I help Agnes carry Cerno.
All right, well, as Agnes carries Cerno, Savangel carries the bucket.
I was gonna say, like, Agnes has got him like with his head over her back, and she's just like carrying the bucket with like his head.
And not that you wake up, because you are in a very deep sleep. However, Strether grabs essentially the back of your clothes and just drags as a thunk as you hit the floor, as she just drags you to one of the downstairs rooms, opens the door, and just kind of flops you over a bucket before pulling the door closed. Right.
He's going to have quite the neck pain in the morning.
Oh, yes.
And headache, stomach ache.
Oh, yes. But at
Everything.
least he wasn't sick over the bar and didn't kill himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we shall pick up with the hangover and whatever our adventurers are going to do next.
Oh,
Next
but it's
week.
only 6:53.
Yes, however, depending on where you guys go and what you guys do, it will probably take longer than what we have time for.
I wanted one more round. I was hoping for a natural 20.
You could just roll random and die.
I like how you're complaining you haven't been rolling high, and yet you have been rolling high.
I've been only rolling
With
high
your
for
constitution and your
constitution for
athletics,
alcohol.
and then weirdly enough, where you have negative modifiers, you've been rolling low.
Mm-hmm.
For everything else, it's fine. It's just when it's low, it hates me.
Apparently.
Apologies for the sniffles, people. Been being sick is fun.
Oh yes, great fun.
Ugh.
Was Senna
I don't wanna
keeping the
do it.
information about the plane traveler from Agnes? That's mean.
Tis the right thing to do.
No,
I mean, it's actually a fiend.
but he travels to the Shadowfall.
It's a fiend which can essentially travel anywhere which has water.
Does the Shadowfell even have water?
You don't know.
So that'd be one feat that Agnes would be thinking about to get to the Shadowfell, but that means she has to face her fear of water.
Ugh.
But
Yeah.
that creature is actually called a Morenoloth. Really weird pronunciation, but it is essentially a ferryman on the River Styx, which is a river which runs through several of the demonic layers of hell. Several of the demonic outer planes. One of them being the 9 layers of hell. But there are multiple of them. But they're fiendish creatures with impressive control over their craft.
And yes, he is keeping the Plania traveler dude from Agnes, among other things, but
And
He's
they
not- he's
have
not
to
talking a
know the
lot.
name of where they're going.
mm,
Otherwise, as long as they know the name of where they're going, they can essentially get there.
yeah. Sorry.
That's a Shadowfell.
Ugh.
No.
No, it
No.
cannot be a plane. It has to be a place.
Agnes? But Agnes would do a research. She'd find somewhere the name.
You still don't know which god you're pissed off.
No.
It's probably a lot. Well, on that bombshell, we'll
Like I said,
we'll end it
too-
here. Thank you,
8
everyone.
bloody battle maps, and you didn't use one of them.
Welcome to this episode of 6 Idiots and One Night.
Shut up! Damn it! You got it in there.
Nice.
She's been waiting to do it this entire
I'm
time.
honestly
Yeah.
very upset she got it before me.
And you claim you have terrible short-term memories.
Also, what did you think we were gonna do with the battle maps?
I don't know. Not spend this long getting to not spend this long getting to Mapletide.
We are a bit
Oh,
slow.
You overestimated us.
Agnes was trying to find
Apparently.
somewhere because she's been carrying around TNT for a while. It's probably not the
Yeah,
best.
don't want that setting up fire now, do we?
No. And she's trying to be a good mum and finds the gift for the dead bear, and she don't understand this stuff.
Hopefully we can revive the dead bear.
And he won't be
We're
dead.
I don't
working
want to
for
come
it.
to terms with I have to leave my baby behind. I don't want him to die, damn it.
Don't forget. Well, technically he is dead, and resurrection is not a given.
Mhm.
All right.
But we can pray.
And on that bombshell, we'll end it here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this episode of Dummies and Dice. We'll see you next time. Say bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to this episode.
Shut
of
up,
Dummies
Ninja!
and Dice.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!